to another edition of the Kat and Kevin Show. As you may have noticed that we didn't do the show last week because yours truly was on a much-needed vacation.
Yes, went camping.
Yeah, and one of the places he went was Arizona. So instead of at the end of the show doing the Where Kat and Kevin, he's somewhere in Arizona. We're going to post pictures, right? Not video?
Yeah,
pictures.
we're going to do pictures.
So we're telling you it's Arizona. And by the way, nobody guessed where we were from the
previous video. Nobody guessed. Should we tell them?
Yeah. Yeah, we were at Royer Park in Roseville. I can't believe nobody got that.
Well, it was a playground. They kind of all look alike, but...
So listen, if you guys have comments as far as like if we're making this too hard to figure out where we are, then post your comments. Where are they going to be? Somewhere on this.
Somewhere.
Right.
We'll do here.
We are. I thought doesn't it go below?
Or I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We should have the music going to this. Anyway, what did you want to talk about?
Well, Arizona was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody knows that I'm going to be somewhere in Arizona from guess where I'm at, but where in Arizona is what they need to figure out. But when I got into Arizona, what I saw was growth. Mm-hmm. They were building shopping centers, they were building retail, they were widening their freeways, all kinds of growth.
Which is weird because Arizona's kind of a dust bowl.
But Phoenix, I was kind of surprised. Phoenix is a pretty big city. Lots of traffic. It was like a little LA, all compacted in the middle of the desert. But the growth is what shocked me because I see billboards all over the place. Foreclosure this, foreclosure that. You know, they had auctions going on while I was there. And they had building going on. And then you go down some of the streets in Phoenix and there's shops, just empty storefronts. Mm-hmm. So something wasn't making sense because it's California, Florida, and Arizona, the big three that are the big problems. Mm-hmm. And yet they're building. I don't know if maybe the freeways are public works projects. I don't know, but it was kind of interesting to see growth happening in that state. Mm-hmm. Other than that, it was nice and warm in the 70s while you all were foggy and freezing here.
Quick update on the tax credit. It's been bouncing around. It started off as last year they passed a $7,500 tax credit, but it was actually a loan. We talked about that. Then I think I mentioned that the $7,500 now, the House of Representatives proposed to give another $7,500 that was an actual tax credit, not a loan, so you didn't have to pay it back. Well, when the Senate got a hold of the bill, they made it even better. Now they said, no, we want to give a $15,000 tax credit. It's not a loan. So when you file your tax return, you actually get the whole $15,000. It's not repayable. It's an incentive to induce people into buying a home. And it's not just for first-time home buyers now. It's also for step-up buyers.
Step up, yeah.
So if you're upgrading from your current home, you get the $15,000 too. Now, where it's at right now is since the House passed one version, the Senate changed it to another. Now the House and the Senate, the committee have to come to terms on ratifying all the details. Then it'll go to the president, which I think we all know is a certainty that he'll sign it.
Right.
Once these guys work out the details. So we will let you know as soon as that's coming.
Also, and the tax incentive is part of TARP, which is something that we're going to have Frank and Brian talk to you guys about here shortly.
We're going to, right after this, we're going to have a really funny, it'll be humorous video that I think in plain English tells you what TARP really is. Because everybody's talking about it, and I don't think people really understand what it's all about. And it's important for, I think, consumers to understand what the government is doing to help everybody out of this situation. So.
And maybe we'll throw in there what the CEOs are making in this country right now. Or what they haven't made. So that way you can really see, where our tax dollars are going and what these guys were making
I feel so bad for these guys, don't you?
The Capital One, their stock dropped, 71%?
They're going to cut their pay from, I don't know, $200 million all the way down to $500,000 a year. How are they going to survive?
How are they going to make it?
$500,000 a year. Could you live on that? I don't know. I guess I could, actually.
I could scrape by. I think I could scrape by. Actually buy an RV instead of rent one.
Okay, anyway, so here's that video.
All right. See you guys later.
Thanks.
TARP is an acronym that stands for Troubled Asset Relief Program. No, it's not that thing you throw over a homeless guy to keep him warm at night. TARP allows the United States Department of Treasury to purchase difficult-to-value assets from banks and other financial institutions. In plain English, it allows the government to pay more for something than what it's worth. Let me give you an example. Let's say Frank had a real big dentist bill, and he couldn't pay for it, and Frank had to sell his hoopty. Now, his hoopty's only worth $500. TARP could come in and give him $35,000 for that hoopty, so now Frank could go get his new grill. See, the Treasury Department's not concerned about Frank's grill or his hoopty. They're targeting securities backed by mortgages sometimes described by the government as troubled or toxic. Now, rising default rates on these troubled or toxic mortgages over time has caused the market price for these loans to fall until they were basically worthless. Think of AIG, for example. Remember that story we told you where they were getting $39.3 billion of loans sold to the government? That's being paid for out of TARP funds, being purchased at a discount. And now AIG and the likes of them are back at it again, and the government thinks that the $700 billion was not enough, so here comes $350 more billion in TARP funds.
Nice.
I think that clears it up.